Live from the Hive Jackets and Company campus store style today. It's our fall sports preview program. Yellowjacket athletics getting underway. We visited so far today with our women's soccer team, and then Jeff Rosenberry checked out with our volleyball coach and athletes, and now we're on to cross country here. I have Rio Frame with me, a senior on the women's side. Rio, how are you today?
I'm doing good today.
Doing well. Well, we just talked to your head coach, Dave Kopic. He seems very optimistic, excited about the season, and just give us your thoughts early on. You guys are just a couple days into your training, just getting familiar with some of the new faces. What's the team feeling like so far?
Tired, definitely tired. The first week of practice is always a little rough because you get thrown into 2-a-days, but I am so impressed with all the girls' enthusiasm, especially the young girls. I don't think they knew what they were getting into, but they're handling it amazing, and they're a great bunch of girls to hang out with and be with. We've been trying to do some team bonding stuff, which has been really awesome because everyone's really into that, and they just look really good out there so far. I'm really looking forward to seeing what they can do throughout the season.
Now, you do have some returners, some experience on the team, but you're the lone senior who has experience on the squad. You know, you've been in this program 4 years now. Does it kind of feel like you're maybe not the lone wolf, but you're there at the top trying to shepherd in all the younger athletes, the new runners, and take on that leadership responsibility?
I think I have some pretty good juniors. Bailey Bomar is really good with helping out with things like that, and Nikki Aiken's amazing to have come back. We're really glad that she gets to run with us this year. So I don't really feel like I'm alone because I know that if I need help or if any of the girls need help, they're going to back us up and do that. And Allie Walker is always a great example. She's been running really well, so she's definitely someone to look for those girls to look to.
And now we talked with Dave briefly about your training and how that's structured. Just give us a little breakdown of where you're at right now and kind of the projection of how you increase, add certain miles, taper off other weeks, and just sort of a general overview of that.
Well, what's really good about cross country is you can take it just for yourself at like a personal level. Like you don't have to run the same amount of miles as, say, your top runner is going to. Allie will probably be in the 60s per week for mileage, and I don't think anyone else will be that high. I'll be probably around the 50s, and some of the younger girls who need to take care of themselves and make sure they don't really jump up in mileage, they're going to be a little lower. So they'll just progress week by week and see how it feels. So you really just base it on your body. But I think everyone's going to get to their top shape at the right time.
And you mentioned there are some experienced returners, but no one perhaps knows quite how to run a race as well as you do. No one's run as many college races, that is. Is there a way that you can sort of describe to a younger runner or sort of mentor them? Like, how can you tell them what to do strategy-wise and how to be successful in a college race?
Don't be afraid to push yourself. If you die at the end, it's going to be okay. Just push yourself as hard as you can and never give up on yourself. That's the main thing. Mentally, you have to be tough, and because this is a hard sport mentally, because you're out there by yourself and you're just like, oh, I don't want to be here sometimes, but you can't give up on yourself, and that's the key to having a good season, having a good race. Even if your body's not feeling it, you have to stay strong mentally.
And now you're another local athlete within our department, Montana, that is. You're from Glendive, and we visited with women's soccer earlier. Carrie Kastelic, her sibling, Kristen, was a former player here in the program and sort of brought her in. Now I know your older sister, Nakona, was a former athlete of ours. Talk about the family connection and sort of following Nakona, if that's how it went, or just what brought you to MSUB. I know she transferred in, so maybe it's a little bit of a reversal role. Comment on that.
It actually is a reversal role. My sister went to Mary for a while, and she was having a really tough time there, had to have some surgery. And so I talked to her, and I was like, hey, I know you love running. You can't give up on yourself. I'm like, you've never given up on me. I'm not going to give up on you now. And I was like, I'd really love for you to come and talk to Dave. I'm like, he sounds great. And I was like, he's giving me an opportunity to run. I think he'd do the same for you. And so she did, and he gave her the opportunity, and she flourished under this program. And even though I'm the one that brought her here, she's still my mentor, my hero, and it was amazing to run with her. I got to do it for 1 year in high school, but being able to compete with her, she pushed me to my top level that I've ever been at, and I'm always going to miss running with her, and I cherish the moments that we had together.
Certainly unique. The younger sibling, in this case, the one bringing the older to MSUB. Let's talk about your season coming up a little bit. You have a meet not too far away. Talk about getting out there for the very first time on the course, what that's going to be like, what your anticipation is, and your expectations of yourself and your team.
I'm always super nervous the first race. I didn't have the best training this summer, so I'm just going to take this race as what it is and see where I can do and just try to improve on that because I know where I needed to work a little harder this summer, but that's okay. And I'm just going to take this race as it comes, and I'm just going to hope that we can group up together, get some of the girls like Dave was saying earlier about Lydia Foster. I'm really hoping that she can jump up and run with Bailey and Nikki and I, and we can kind of group up and run as a team, and that'll help mentality a lot too. So that's my plans.
That first meet, an away meet, but you do have the chance to host 3 meets this year. That's very exciting. You have the preview meet, and then you have an open, and of course the big one is going to be that NCAA regional. We talked with Coach Kopic about what it means to host that. From an athlete's perspective, when you get to welcome teams in, and it's your home turf, it's your city, you're representing MSUB. What does that feel like when you show up race day and 30 plus teams are there?
You have a proud feeling about it because I like to watch all the when we have preview day the day before, I like to watch all the other teams and how they react to it. And most teams reacted very well to it last year, and it's fun atmosphere because you get a bunch of our other sports teams like soccer and softball came out and supported us last year, and that was great. And so you have a huge support system, and you can just see how proud Billings is of the MSUB athletes that we have.
Amen Park is certainly not unfamiliar to you. You've run there plenty of times throughout your career, and I'm sure you'll run there plenty of times before the meet. But when you get to the regional meet, I know that's a long ways away, and you don't want to think too far ahead. But when you get out there on that day, what's going to be going through your mind getting to represent MSUB out there?
I don't really know what I think about when I race, but I just want to show the university that MSUB cross country is awesome and that they should be proud of us and what we've done. And I'm proud to be an MSUB athlete, and having the opportunity to run my last cross country race ever at home is an awesome feeling. And so I'm just going to try to have that be my best race ever.
Now you're a senior majoring in English, that's right, and it's your final year of study here at MSUB. You've had the chance to actually work in our athletic department a bit. You've written several stories on our athletes published on our website. What was it kind of like getting to do that, where you were able to develop a skill that you're going to be employing in your profession and also work with other athletes as a subject?
I absolutely loved it. It's probably one of my favorite things that I've ever done being in college, and you were my mentor, and you were absolutely amazing with it. I loved getting to know all the new athletes because a lot of the time we don't have that opportunity to get to know a lot of the younger athletes or even the other athletes in different sports. And so just getting to know them and telling their story, I really enjoyed doing that. And I do plan to go to law school, but I'd love to pursue writing while I'm in law school and maybe get involved with whatever school I go to in the media department if it's at all possible, because it was such a great experience for me.
Rio Frame, an academic all-region selection 2 times in addition to being academic all-GNAC, so certainly will be successful whatever you do. Rio, thanks for taking time and joining us here this afternoon.
Thank you, Evan.
We will be right back with Jacob Marshall, our SAC president, representative from the men's cross-country team, right after this.